It's been too long. 10 years since the original Daredevil has been on my screen. One of, if not the best superhero TV series ever has finally come back, starring all of my beloved characters. We got Foggy, we got Karen, we got Kingpin. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Daredevil Born Again. Now, I might be a little late considering we are a few episodes deep, but better late than never. Shut your ass up. Although going by a different title, just assume this is basically season 4 of the original series. In Born Again, we are seeing the effects of season 3 7 years later. Major spoilers ahead for episode 1, so if you haven't watched it yet, now's the time to go watch and come back. You better come back. So without further ado.
Why is Jen Woo booty hanging out?
We open up to the nightlife of New York. People are having fun, people are riding bikes and shit, and just an overall warm welcome back to Hell's Kitchen. I'm sure this won't last long, but the gang is all here. Foggy, Matt, and Karen are getting off a hard day's work, and I must say, the team is looking good. Damn, Foggy, you moving like that nowadays? Just look at them. It's been far too long. Now, I know that they know Matt is Daredevil, meaning he can see just fine. So all this touchy-feely stuff between Matt and Karen, I can only assume is for other goals. We all know how Matthew Murdock be moving.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Anyways, in classic Daredevil fashion, the three of them end up at Josie's bar. And it seems my assumption is right because just look at this dude. His greed sickens me.
Well, we could just get out of here.
You and me?
Yeah.
You can't keep...
And look at Foggy, man, putting in work in and away from the courtrooms. Nelson and Murdock really be getting baddies left and right. We get a little sneak peek at White Tiger from the TV, a beautiful toast to this dude, and Foggy is still getting shit done. Unfortunately, he is interrupted by a phone call, and Matt can't help but eavesdrop on this call. Someone calls Foggy, and this dude is scared. He's panicked, and he's asking Foggy for help, and someone using a paperclip to unlock what I can only assume is that man's apartment building. You might ask, who could this be?
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, I want everyone at home to raise their hand and wave goodbye to homie on the phone because clearly Bullseye is here. This forces Matt to suit up, and it looks just mighty fine if I do say so myself. Now the CGI though, I don't know, it's looking a little funky, but...
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Anyways, it seems that the guy in the phone's name is Benny, and Benny isn't dead yet because he calls Foggy back and gives him a very vague warning. Now, I don't know what he's warning him about. Wow. Why did they just shoot Foggy in the chest? That looks a little too dangerous. We ain't even 10 minutes into the episode yet. Bullseye starts ore farming as he emerges from the smoke and in classic fashion greets Karen.
Hello, Karen. Hi there.
However, just before he point blanks Karen, Daredevil comes swooping in like he's Spider-Man, kicking Bullseye straight through Josie's window. Now, I want to say, for the remainder of this fight, Bullseye is consistently just killing random people, just launching knives into people's head. And dare I say, Bullseye is the best street tier villain to date. Just doing it for the love of the game, hate flowing through his veins. You got to respect it.
What do you mean?
I want you to kill Peter Parker.
Whilst Matt and Bullseye are going at it, we have Karen consoling Foggy. And listen, guys, I'm sure Foggy won't die. He'll be completely fine. Again, we aren't even 10 minutes into the episode. The hand-to-hand combat is getting serious, though, because I'm 97% convinced that Bullseye has Toon Force, considering Brother Man is just chucking an endless supply of knives into Daredevil. I mean, he can't have this many pockets. I mean, look at this dude. Throwing pool balls at these ladies. There's no reason to do this. Triple bouncing it off 2 walls? The fight takes a slower turn as Bullseye and Daredevil start to walk up to the roof. And yes, before you even have to ask, Bullseye is killing everyone and sucker punching women for some reason. As they continue up the steps, we hear Karen begging Foggy to keep his eyes open and that the ambulance is on the way. Matt gets the upper hand and starts just wailing on Bullseye, and this is a wicked combo. I mean, goddamn. But seems like everything is gonna be fine because Bullseye is beaten, the cops are on their way, and the ambulance is almost here. I could not believe what I was watching. I mean, this shit just started off hot. Not to mention, this dude Bullseye is lightly tapping Matt on the shoulder. So, of course, Daredevil responds in the only way that he could.
So let's get it on.
All right. They both gotta be dead. Thrown off a building and having your head dribbled on the concrete, he's just a human. There's no way he walks away from that.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
This is when we get a cool transition into the title card. After the title card, we see Mr. Murdoch staring into space looking from his window. Knowing damn well that he can't see none of that shit. And of course, Kingpin is here. We go through what I like to call a quote-unquote when I was a boy montage. We skip to a meeting between a bunch of random criminals when shit starts to pick up because Vanessa is here. I can only assume that after Kingpin was forced out by Daredevil, that Vanessa took over the business. Until... everyone GTFOs after Kingpin hits a classic Vanessa. Kingpin and Vanessa have some dialogue about what happened since Brother Man left and what he plans to do next. We jump cut to something called the BB Report, interviewing people on the streets of New York City. We find out that BB stands for BB Urich, the niece of the late great Ben Urich from the OG series. The citizens of New York reveal that Daredevil has been gone for quote-unquote a very long time, certifying that Matt has given up being Daredevil for like the 15th time. This leads us to Matt at his new job with baby girl Foggy was smacking the moves on earlier in the episode. They talk about the Bullseye hearing and how Matt hasn't talked to Karen in some time. Obviously, we jump cut right to court where this motherfucker is back, and I can already tell he's up to no good. Do not ask me how he survived this fall, let alone only got this little ass scar from it, because
when I ripped my pants,
I just wouldn't be able to tell you. Matthew gives his statement. It's very emotional. Karen comes back. It's very emotional. Bullseye gives no fucks about anything that's happened, and Matt starts tweaking in his chair after Bullseye is given life in prison without the possibility of parole. Something tells me he wanted him to get the death penalty. While Matt and Karen talk, it's revealed that she moved from New York City to San Francisco, and I'm sensing some hostility between them. Karen tells us that Matt stopped speaking to everyone after Foggy died, and then she later returned the favor by not calling him back, and it just seems like their relationship has dwindled since the death of the main man. This is when Karen returns a piece of the Daredevil helmet back to Matt and then dips out. The band is broken, ladies and gentlemen. We're not even 15 minutes in. Anyways, we jump cut to Matt slicing and dicing some food. I mean, goddamn, boys, just listen to this. Then out of the blue, Matt starts hearing Wilson Fisk's name, addressing the city of New York from an outside TV. Matt turns on his own TV and we see that the Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is now declaring he's going to run for mayor. I remind you that we have witnessed Mr. Fisk bash someone's brains in. So, I'm sure this will turn out peachy. This news causes Matt to burn his grub, which he doesn't seem to give a fuck about, and then we cut to the back of Kingpin's head, where we see his campaign manager and this dude muffled talking about what he needs to accomplish in order to win. They are interrupted by this guy, who we will call Wesley 2.0 for any and all Daredevil Born Again related videos. Wesley begins the first, and definitely not last, glazing of Wilson Fisk, talking about how perfect his campaign is.
Straight up, because you get shit done. You made things happen for yourself, now you make things happen for New York.
Shaboing boing, get the dick out your mouth, dummy.
We cut to Matt talking to McDuffie about a potential client who needs help. However, it seems McDuffie has pulled a fast one on Daredevil. I don't know how though, considering Matt can tell when people are lying, and sets him up for a blind date. The date is set up with this girl, aka Heather, and it seems McDuffie also pulled a fast one on Heather, considering she had no idea this was a date either. Matt indirectly insults Heather by calling her a waste of time, but you know he can't go out like that. So he does Heather like he's done many of others before and drops some serious game. I will bet everyone in the comments $1,000 Matt throws in "it's a blind thing" in this conversation.
Don't feel bad. It's a blind thing.
You can't give.
Matt returns to the office, confronts McDuffie, but ultimately gives her some props, considering he enjoyed himself on the date. He talks to Sherry, where he tells him to let go of looking into Wilson Fisk. We cut to another BB report where we see the citizens of New York talking about the upcoming election for mayor. This is when we get the moment that everyone has been waiting for 10 plus years.
I was wondering if we could have a little chat.
Holy fuck.
Fisk and Matt have a one-on-one in this booth that is clearly too small. They reminisce about old times. Wilson reveals he had nothing to do with Foggy's death, and Matt basically threatens Kingpin to stay in his lane. Side note, these motherfuckers are talking really loud about Matt being Daredevil in this diner. I mean, look at this.
Why did you stop being a vigilante? And should you go back to any of your old activities?
No one heard bro say this. Anyways, we cut to Matt on his second date with Heather. Unfortunately, mid-date, Kingpin is revealed to have won the election and is now mayor of New York City. Fisk and Vanessa have a one-on-one where she tells him to leave someone called Adam alone. I'm sure he'll do that just fine. And Kingpin addresses the city while Matt walks the streets. This wraps up episode 1, and I gotta say, I'm loving this series so far. So if you want more videos covering Daredevil Born Again, let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Daredevil Born Again and what else you'd like me to talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video.